There's been plenty of content that's been both released and leaked for 3 Call of Duty games, Infinite Warfare, Modern Warfare Reimagined, and Black Ops 3 to go over in the Call of Duty news of the week. Let's go into Infinite Warfare first, as this is a follow-up of an ongoing COD news story regarding score streak variants. Originally, there were only 4 score streaks which were receiving rare, legendary, and epic variants, the UAV, Scarab, Scorchers, and Warden, but now it's been leaked that all score streaks will have these type of variants, 42 in total. There's a link in the description to the entire list. I'm not going to read them all out to you, but I'm going to mention a few that I thought were pretty interesting. A 1200 point drone package which guarantees a higher tier score streak. Hopefully it actually does so, unlike those dupe protected bribes. A 600 point counter UAV which acts like a system hack, disabling enemy HUD and advanced visual aids like thermals. A 1150 point counter UAV which acts like an EMP, destroying all enemy equipment and score streaks, and a 1350 point advanced UAV which acts like a VSAT hater Blackbird. It's too bad that these great ideas are hidden behind an RNG box system instead of upgradable score streaks like in Advanced Warfare, but why not charge for something that was free in previous games? Let me know which crazy score streak variant you'd like to get in the comments section. That's likely not the only thing that's coming to an Infinite Warfare supply drop near you, because there have been 4 new weapons which have been leaked, and it's uncertain whether they'll be earnable via challenges like the RVN and the UMD, even though that's how a consumer-friendly product should be, hint hint wink wink. These weapons have both images and reload animations, so you know these are coming along in production, although there are no variant names yet assigned to them. The first is yet another energy assault rifle called the VR AR-46. Hopefully that's just a placeholder name because it's fucking stupid. But unlike the RVN, this one is fully automatic with an increased fire rate when you aim down sight, but has a hip fire spread tighter than a nun's vagina, so you're gonna have to make that decision whether you ADS or hip fire. The next is an SMG called Hades, a fully automatic weapon with dual barrels and magazines to provide a high fire rate and fast reload, which you can see in this cool ass animation here. Next up is another SMG, but this time a blast from the past in the MP28, as it seems that Infinite Warfare is going the route of Advanced Warfare and Black Ops 3, more on that game later, by putting anachronistic weapons in a futuristic shooter. Trying to take a slice of Battlefield's fanbase by going one iteration past the MP18, this gun and its reload animation looks exactly like a Type 100 ripoff from World at War, which is also modeled after the MP18 found in Battlefield 1. Lastly is a gun that looks ripped straight out of Time Splitters 2, which is another game with weird time travel concept called the Mini LMG. Its reload animation looks like as if the character is just going to spunk into the weapon to fill it back up, which is strange given the box belt-like configuration underneath. Maybe this weapon doesn't have any reserves like the Death Machine and therefore doesn't need a reload animation. These 4 weapons also have indicators that they will be available in Zombies, so I'd hold off on the box until you get that mini fucking LMG bad boy. As with the score streak variants, there is no timetable on these beepity bops, but if I had to bet, I'd say they're going to be released sometime after DLC 2, since those 2 other weapons were released 1 month after DLC 1. Also in Infinite Warfare news, the most recent patch added 20 additional prestige levels, for which we now have all of the icons shown up on the screen. Which prestige icon is your favorite? Let me know down in the comments section. The boosts that you get in addition to the flashy new prestige icons are all listed in the Imager post, which I have linked in the description, but there's a few interesting ones that pop out at me. Master Prestige 11 gives you a 25% XP boost for completing challenges. The next set of Master Prestige levels alternate between giving a classic weapon the De-Atomizer strike ability or increased XP for a category of Mach 2 weapons until Master Prestige 24, when it changes to giving a classic weapon more stock ammunition until Master Prestige 30, the last level, which gives the combat knife the ability to go for De-Atomizer strikes, which you would really have to sweat the fuck out of to get that one. It's unclear whether the axe falls into that category since it is also a melee weapon. Anyone out there Master Prestige 30 to verify? I didn't think so. Nobody is playing this game that much. Speaking of Mach 2 weapons, Joe C. Infinite Warfare dev, tweeted that the development team is looking into allowing custom camos on those type of weapons. Considering that there's like 140 fucking camos in this game with all the bullshit and supply drops, and Mach 2 weapons have an incentive to use them with the increased XP, it's basically a fuck you to consumers to not be able to put on those sweet looking, but only after the community complained about how shit they were so that they could be fixed by someone that actually had Photoshop skills, thus making the items and supply drops even less useful since you can't can't even equip the camos on those Mach 2 items. Speaking of wasting your money for meaningless shit, the Variety Map Pack is now available for Modern Warfare Reimagined, with a trailer dropping on the official Call of Duty YouTube channel that has restored my faith in people by having more dislikes than likes. Wouldn't it be cool to have a chopper gunner type streak like shown here in the intro? Anyways, it shows off the four 9-year-old maps that are apparently worth charging $15 for, starting off with the map that is universally hated, Creek. This RPG sequence would be much cooler if Call of Duty had destructible environments like a real man's game Battlefield, but then again, whoever made that deck needs to do some work on my house. Then is Chinatown, which is actually a reskin of an original Call of Duty and Call of Duty 2 map called Carrington, so this is now a reskin twice removed, and one of the only reasons why you'd actually use night vision in the game with wet work and that area in the building on block. You know what area I'm talking about. Kill House is up afterwards, which is basically just the multiplayer version of the campaign level fucking new guy, and is a less gonna siffa heppa herpa bolades version of Shipment. Saving the best map for last, Broadcast doesn't even try and hide how overpowered the M16 is, and for some reason decides to highlight an area of the map that nobody ever goes in, the library upstairs. There is also a patch for the game that dropped which increases the reload time for the XMLAR to match the animations, and to nerf the running speed on the supply drop or craftable melee weapons to match the normal speed. This ain't CSGO, fam. Amos Hodge, head of Raven Studios, clarified on Twitter some placebo that users are seeing with regard to a weapon fire rate nerf, stating that they fixed an audio bug that played weapon fire sounds too quickly, not that they nerfed the fire rate of some weapons. So yes, you purists, everything is fine. However, since Call of Duty devs can't do anything without fucking something up, there is an error trying to play the new, reskin map Daybreak as MP_farm_sping. Apparently Raven can't spell either. Just like a Billy Mays commercial, but wait, there's more, as new melee and range weapons have been found in Modern Warfare Reimagined's game files. There are weapons which have APR1 in their file name, suggesting some sort of cruel April Fool's Day joke, and there are inspection animations for the Obsidian knife, along with the Russian machete, and at least these melee weapons aren't goofy shit like a beer bottle. There is also a ranged weapon with the APR1 file name designation, but no gun model to speak of. However, it's called the BOS-14 and contains both an inspection animation and a reload animation, which is shown here. This reload looks an awful like the TAR-21, my favorite gun from Modern Warfare 2, but could apply to other bullpup like ARs. There is also one melee weapon that has no art with it, called the Tribal Staff, which has a file name designation of AUG1, so this one might not be around until we're all in the part of the Call of Duty life cycle where we forget about the current game and are hyped about the next one, as if that hasn't started already. Lastly, on weapons, there were also new throwback weapons, yeah, I know that's an oxymoron, added to Black Ops 3 recently with the Galil assault rifle and the ballistic knife from the original Black Ops game. Isn't it pathetic that YouTubers are so pining over the return to classic weapons, yet when they try to buy them with the Call of Duty points that are given to them by Activision in order to entice kids to gamble their mom's credit line to earn them, they don't even get them. Mob mentality, focusing on a return to roots, meanwhile they're actually propping up the main reason why the franchise is dying. Isn't it actually ironic, Alanis Morris said. You can't even earn these weapons like you can in Infinite Warfare or the Luck of the Irish camo, available in supply drops in Black Ops 3 until March 23rd, because Activision is spelled with a $sign. Anyways, guys, what do you think about these new weapons that are coming soon? I've been the Schwans27, off like the bug spray. Until next time.